All right, so we just finished research on First Ladies 9. Now we're going to be inserting footnotes and endnotes. All right, so you have to pay attention here because we're going to be opening up a different document, but we're going to be working to insert endnotes and footnotes because they are part of a table of authorities. It is a specialized type of bibliography used in legal documents. And an footnote is placed at the bottom of the page on which the citation is located, while an endnote is placed in a list at the beginning of a document. At the end of a document is an endnote. So go ahead and open up Research on First Ladies. Okay, I'm going to close down that for now. It says, under the heading Women in Politics, position the insertion point at the end of the second paragraph. That would be this one that we have indented. And I'm going to click on the References tab. We're on page 176, step number 2. In the Footnotes group, click the Insert Footnote button. Okay. I should see a superscript at the end of my paragraph and down here at the bottom. We're going to type the text Mayo, comma, Edith, and Denise Maringolo. First Ladies Political Role and Public Image. Washington Smithsonian Institute, 1994. Okay, you have entered the book title source for the footnote. Next, under the heading Histories of First Ladies, we're going to place the insertion point at the end of the second sentence before the word Anthony. So here at the end of the second sentence, that would be right there. Before Anthony, we're going to click on Insert Footnote. Don't click Insert Citation like I almost did. And we're going to type, on step 5 here, we're going to type the next citation. So Anthony, Carl, Sepharaza, America's First Families, an inside view of 200 years of private life in the White House, New York, Simon and Schuster, Inc., year of 2000. Okay, so your page should resemble what you see down here on the bottom of this picture. It says to position the insertion point after or under the heading Role of First Ladies at the end of the 5th sentence after the word advocates. Okay, that would be right here. I'm going to place it after the period right there, and I'm going to click Insert Footnotes again, typing this source, Guten, Myra G, a president's partner, the first lady in the 20th century. Westport Greenwood Press, 1989. Okay, and we're going to save this document as Research on First Ladies 10. Save. Formatting footnotes and endnotes. According to modern MLA, Modern Language Association, a bottom of the page footnote in MLA style must be single space with a hanging indent and double spacing between each footnote. Okay, so on page 2, so I need to scroll up to page 2. We are, I'm on page 177 here in my book. It says to select the 2 footnotes at the bottom of the page. And we're going to right click on them and choose the paragraph launcher. Okay, it says to change the special to hanging indent of 0.5 inches and then go ahead and click OK. All right. We added the hanging indent, then place the insertion point after the first footnote on page 2. And let's try that again. I'm going to open up the paragraph dialog box, and where spacing is, I'm going to choose spacing after, and I'm going to change it to 12 points. Then click OK. So we added our space there, and we're going to edit the space on this third one also by clicking the paragraph launcher, choosing hanging indent, and I'm going to change my spacing after to 12 points. Click OK. Select the superscript 1 in the footnote at the bottom of page 2. Okay. And on the References tab, in the Footnotes group, we're going to click the dialog box launcher to open the Footnote and Endnote dialog box. The dialog box appears. In the Format section, we're going to click the number format, and we're going to select the uppercase Roman numerals. So I'm going to change it to uppercase Roman numerals as shown in this, and we're going to click Apply. Notice how they have changed on all of the pages here. Go ahead and save this document as Research on First Ladies 11. Okay, and then it says on step 12 to select the first footnote superscript in Women in Politics heading. So I need to scroll up. Okay, I'm going to select this first superscript right here, and I'm going to press the delete key on my keyboard. Notice that the footnote itself disappears from the bottom of the page and the remaining footnotes are renumbered. Okay, so now I only have 2. I'm going to click the undo button in my quick access toolbar to bring that one back. And then we're going to save the changes. So you just hit save. Okay. Next, we're going to convert footnotes and endnotes. So at the bottom of page 2, place the insertion point at the beginning of the first footnote below the horizontal line. So about right there. And then on the References tab in the Footnotes group, we're going to click the arrow to launch the dialog box for footnotes and endnotes. And we're going to click the Convert button. The first option should be selected. Convert all footnotes to endnotes and click OK. And then close the dialog box. So my footnotes should look something like this right now. Let's see. It says to place the insertion point next on step 6 after the last paragraph in the document. That would be right here. And on the Insert tab in the Pages group, we're going to click Page Break. Select the first, so basically we just moved our endnotes to their own page. Select the first endnote and change the number format back to 1, 2, 3. So I have to go to the references. Let's click there. We're going to change it to 1, 2, 3 in our paragraph dialog box. Select all of the endnote. We're going to click apply here. Okay. It says to select all of the endnotes and open the paragraph dialog box. So I'm going to just highlight it all. Oop. We're going to select them all, go to the paragraph dialog box, and we're going to change our line spacing to double. And we're going to select the special setting, and we're going to change it to first line. And the spacing after value should be set to 0. Then we're going to click OK. Did it change to double? Whoops, line spacing, double. We'll try that again. And then click OK. So my document, my endnotes should look as they look on page 179. We're going to save this document as First Ladies 12. Go ahead and save. Okay. Next, we're going to create a table of content. So we're going to use the same document that was open from the previous exercise, which is First Ladies 12. And we're going to position the insertion point at the beginning of the document. So I'm just going to press Control. Oh, shoot. Go back to that page. I think I was on 170. 179. Okay. Make sure you're clicked over here on this side. I'm going to press Control Home to go back to the beginning of my document. So 179, 180. Once I'm back here to the beginning, I'm going to click the Layout tab. In the Page Setup group, I'm going to click the Breaks button, and we're going to choose Next Page. Okay. Then move the insertion point to the top of the first page. Should be somewhere up here. By inserting a section break, you separate. Okay, by inserting a section break, you separate the table of contents from the rest of the document because you may need to insert page numbers differently. We're going to press the Enter key twice. I'm going to turn on my Show Hide button. Okay. And then it says on the References tab, in the Table of Contents group, we're going to click the Table of Contents button. A menu appears, And we're going to select Automatic Table 2. The table of contents is listed in the document. When you click inside the table of contents, it is shaded gray. Each line entry is linked to a heading in the document and has a screen tip instructing you to control-click to advance to that heading. See that? When I move my mouse over it wants to hit control-click. Now, the reason that this shows up is because I use this heading 1 style on all of these individual headings. Okay. So, let's see. This particular table of content style contains headings and right tab settings with dot leaders. The page numbers are automatically inserted for each heading. When you select the table of contents appears at the top, enabling you to select the table, change the format, and update its contents. So we're going to press the Control button and click the mouse button to follow the link to the Power of First Ladies. So that would be this one, holding down the Control key. So when I do that, and I click, Word jumps to that section of the document. It says to press Control Home to go back to the top. So I'm back up to Control Home. It says to save your document as Research on First Ladies 13. Okay, and then pause and leave the document open to use in the next exercise. Okay, so my table of contents should look similar to this. Now it says to select the table of contents you created, and in the table and contents group, it says to click the table and contents button. We're going to select custom table of contents from the menu. The table of contents dialog box appears, and the print preview box shows the style used to create the printed table of contents. The web preview box displays the same content using hyperlinks instead of page numbers. Using the controls in the table of contents dialog box, you can specify whether to show page numbers and whether to right align those page numbers. Tab leaders are symbols that serve as a visual guide connecting the headings to the page numbers. These can appear as periods, hyphens, lines, or nothing at all. You can also change the format of the table of contents to display multiple heading levels. So, in the General section, from the Formats drop-down list, select Simple. You can see the formats differences in the preview areas. It says to click the Options button right here, and the Table of Contents Options dialog box appears. In the Build Table of Contents from section, scroll down in the TOC level list until you come to the styles and their levels marked for inclusion in the table of contents. Okay, it should be down here at the bottom. Add a TOC level 4 by typing 4 in the box by heading 4. Okay, that's actually right there. Okay, so I'll type a 4 in right there. A check mark appears by the heading. We're going to click OK, and then we're going to click OK to close the table of contents. When a message box appears prompting you to replace the table of contents, click OK. The table of contents is updated and now contains the page number next to the heading with no tab leader. Okay, we're going to next open the table of contents and the table of contents option dialog box again and remove the heading 4 you created. So we're going to go there, make sure that this is still selected. Table of contents, custom table of contents, and we're going to click on options. And we're going to remove that heading 4 style. So I think we just delete that there. And we're going to click OK and click OK. In the table of contents dialog box, in the format drop-down list, we're going to choose distinctive. The table of contents now appears as a line as the tab leader followed by the page number. We're going to click OK for this and click Yes to replace the table of contents. And then we're going to save this document as First Ladies 14. Okay, pause. Leave the document open to use the next exercise. Right now I'm on page 183. So we're going to be adding captions to a table. So use research on First Ladies 14 under the heading Power of First Ladies. So I could control click and go to Power of First Ladies right here. Position the insertion point at the end of the last paragraph. That would be right here. We're going to press the Enter key to add a blank line. And we're going to insert a table with 2 columns and 3 rows. So click on the Insert tab, go to Table. Now, you could do it like this if you'd like, or you could go to Insert Table. And we're going to have 2 columns and 3 rows. Okay, and so hit OK. And in the first column, first row, we're going to type First Ladies. Second column, first row, we're going to type years in White House. First column, or let's see, second column, first row, we're going to type January 1981 dash, oh, whoops, try that again. Over here, type January 20th, 1981 to January 20th, 1989. Okay, next one down here, January 20th, 1993 dash January 20th, comma 2001. Okay, it says to place the insertion point in the first column, second row, and from the lesson folder or data files, we're going to insert the Nancy Reagan image. So I'm going to click on the Insert tab, and I'm going to go to Pictures, and I'm going to search for my data files, Lesson 9, and I want to use the Nancy Reagan image. Okay, next we're going to place the insertion point in the first column, third row, and we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to add the Hillary Clinton picture. Whoa! And we're going to adjust the height for both images to 1.27. It was a big picture. Same with the Nancy Reagan picture. 1.27. Okay, make them both the same size. Select the entire table and apply auto fit content. So I'm going to click on this little arrow right here to select my whole table. We'll do that again. Just click on this little arrow right here in the corner. And I'm going to click on Table Tools Layout. And I'm going to choose Auto Fit. Then I'm going to select Auto Fit Contents. Now, this isn't telling you word for word what to do. It's assuming that you can remember how to edit pictures and insert tables based on the lesson that we did in the last few lessons. So on the position the insertion point below the table at the blank line right here. And on the References tab, in the Captions group, we're going to click Insert Caption. The dialog box appears, and in the Label drop-down group, we're going to choose Table. Okay, the caption should read Table 1. Place the insertion point below in the caption box after the 1. Press the space bar once, and we're going to type First 80s. Then click OK. All right, so you should have a caption now below our table. And we're going to save this document as Research on First Ladies 15. Save. Okay, still on page 184. Add caption to a figure. So we're going to select the first image of Nancy Reagan, and in the References tab, we're going to click the Insert Caption button. We're going to change the label to Figure, and we're going to click after the 1 here, press the space bar, and we're going to type Nancy Reagan. Okay. It says in the position drop-down list, select above selected item, then click OK. So we want to put that up there. Now we're going to do the same for Hillary Clinton. We're going to insert a caption. I'm going to change it, make sure it says figure. At the end right here, I'm going to press the space bar and I'm going to type Hillary Clinton. And I'm going to make sure it says above selected item, then click OK. And we're going to save this document as Research on First Ladies 16. Okay. This step, it says to open a new blank document. So I'm going to leave this open. Says you will return to this document later in the lesson. So I'm going to go ahead and open up a new blank document. I'm going to move this over here for now. And it says to, on the Insert tab, in the Symbols group, we're going to click the drop-down arrow for Equations, and we're going to click on the one that says Area of a Circle. And we're going to click the shortcut drop-down arrow by the equation, and we're going to choose Justification Left. Okay, then step 5, move the insertion point to the blank line above. Oops, I didn't create the blank line. I'm going to click undo twice. Create a blank line. Insert, symbols, equation, area of a circle, drop down arrow, change it to justification left. There we go. I'm going to click on this blank line up here above. And on the references tab, we're going to click insert caption. And this time we're going to change it to equation. And in the position, select equation. In the position, the caption is already set to above selected item. The position list is grayed out because the equation was not selected. Selecting the equation activates this option. The insertion point is above the equation, therefore the caption will be placed above there. Select the exclude label from caption checkbox. The text equation is removed from the caption text box. Click the numbering button to display the caption numbering dialog box. And we're going to click the down list and choose A, B, C, D, and click OK. A new numbering caption appears in the captions box. Clear the exclude from captions box. The text reads equation A. In the caption, we're going to place the insertion point after the A, and we're going to type the colon, and then press the space bar once and type area of a circle. Okay. Next, it says place the insertion point at the end of the equation and press the enter key twice. Okay, this time we're going to insert an equation. Oops, undo. Insert an equation, the binomial theorem equation. We're going to go back to our references tab. We're going to click on insert caption. And this time we're going to type the colon. B should automatically be added. Okay, yes, okay. Colon, and we're going to type in space bar, then binomial theorem equation. Okay, the position should be selected to above, and then we're going to click OK. And undo. I'm going to try that again. Insert caption, colon, binomial theorem. There we go. That looks better. Let's see. In the caption text box, okay, we're going to save this document as equations with captions. Go ahead and hit save, and then you can close this file. All right, so we're going to use Research on First Lady 16. We're going to create a table of figures. Move the insertion point to the end of the document. So I'm going to just press Control End. Okay. And let's go ahead and put the insertion point down here. We're going to press Control Enter to insert a page break. Oh, or maybe it won't let me. Maybe we have to go right there. We're going to press Control Enter to create a page break. And then right here, we're going to type table of figures. And we're going to apply the heading 1 style right here. And then press Enter to start a new paragraph. On the References tab, we're going to click Insert Table of Figures. Okay, that button is right here. Okay, the dialog box opens. We're going to clear the Use Hyperlinks instead of page numbers checkbox right here. And in the General section, in the Captions label drop-down list, we're going to choose or select Figure. Okay, and then we're going to click OK. All right, so we should have these two First Ladies listed right there. It says to save this document as Research on First Ladies 17. Okay, now we're going to be creating and modifying headers and footers. So get ready, use this document. Place the insertion point anywhere on the first page. So I got to scroll up to the first page. Okay, and on the Insert tab, in the Headers and Footers group, we're going to choose Page Number. And we're going to select top of the page, plain number 3. Okay, page numbers are inserted on all pages. The page number is positioned on the right side as stated in the MLA guidelines. And the Header and Footer Tools Design tab appears on the ribbon. Make sure the insertion point is resting in front of the page number field. And we're going to type the last name, De Leon, and then the space bar. The page header will be inserted on every page in the document. We're going to click the Close Header and Footer button to close it. And we're going to save this document as Research on First Ladies 18. Okay, we're going to use the same document. Position the mouse pointer at the beginning of conclusion heading. So I'm right here. I can just hit Control, click on conclusion, and it will take me right down here to the bottom. So we're going to unlink and link section headers. So position the beginning of the conclusion heading. On the Layout tab, we're going to click the Breaks button, and we're going to choose Next Page. It says to double-click the header area at the top of page 6 to open up the header and footer. the header and footer tab appears. It says to click the link to previous button to break the link. Okay, so the link to previous button is right here. I'm going to click this button, okay? When I do that, the header and footers of the two sections are now disconnected. However, the same text still appears in both sections for now. In the header area at the top of page 6, position the insertion point before De Leon, which is over here. And on the Home tab, in the paragraph group, we're going to click Left Align. Okay, and we're going to type conclusion. Then press the Tab key twice to move the name back over. It says to scroll up in the document to confirm that the header in the previous section was not affected, which it is not. Okay. On the header and footer tools design tab, click the close header and footer button. And we're going to save this document as Research on First Ladies 19. We're getting to the end here, okay? Next, we're going to insert a cover page. Place the insertion point anywhere on the first page. Okay. On the Insert tab in the Pages group, we're going to click on Cover Page button. Okay, and it has a built-in list of cover pages. It says to scroll down the thumbnail gallery and select the Ion Light cover page. Right here, Ion Light. The cover page is inserted at the beginning of the document. In the upper right corner of the new cover page, where it says year, we're going to type the current year. So type 2016, and then click the document title field down here, and we're going to type the evolving role of the First Lady. We're going to click the document subtitle field. In the subtitle tab that appears, click the three dots. Whoops, I need to do that again. Click the three dots, and then we're going to press the delete key on our keyboard. Click the author field, which is right here, and we're going to type Victoria De Leon. Okay, and then we're going to save. Click off to deselect it. We're going to save this document as First Ladies 20. Save. All right, we're going to use the same document. Go to page 5. So I'm going to scroll down to page 5. And I'm going to select the Nancy Reagan picture. On the Insert tab in the Links group, we're going to click Insert tab. In the Links group, we're going to select Hyperlink button to insert a hyperlink. That dialog box should appear. In the link to list, over here on the side, we can change it to different items. We're going to choose the The existing file or web page is selected. In this address box down here, we're going to type the web address of http://www.firstladies.org/biographies/ Okay. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol, is how the data is transferred to the external site through servers. We're going to click OK. To test the hyperlink, you're going to press Control, and you should see a screen tip appear. Okay. If you were to click on it, it should take you to that website. Next, we're going to select the Hillary Clinton picture. We're going to repeat the same steps. So we're going to click on, under the Insert tab, the Links button, Hyperlink. And we're going to start typing that address. And as you do, it should recall that last address. So go ahead and press OK. If you hover over Nancy's picture, you would see the full address you typed. Okay, it should look something like that. We're going to press Control K to open the hyperlink dialog box. This time, we're going to click on Screen Tip. Actually, we're going to hit Cancel. We're going to select that picture. And then we're going to hit Control K. Click on Screen Tip, and the hyperlink screen tip appears. We're going to type First Lady Nancy Reagan. OK. Click OK on that dialog box. Now we're going to select Hillary's picture. Press and hold Control K. Click Screen Tip, and we're going to type First Lady Hillary Clinton. Click OK. And click OK again on this dialog box. Now, you should get the screen tip that says First Lady Hillary Clinton and Nancy Reagan. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and save as First Lady's 21. Save. So next, we're going to remove a hyperlink. So we're going to select Hillary Clinton's picture. We're going to press Control K. And we're going to click on the Remove Hyperlink button. Hover over the image, and that screen tip no longer should appear. We're going to select the Nancy Reagan picture, and on the Insert tab in the Links group, we are going to click the hyperlink button, and we're going to open up the dialog box. We're going to click the screen tip button, and we're going to delete the Nancy Reagan screen tip. Click OK twice. Hover over the image, and you should no longer see that screen tip, but it's still linked to an external site. Use the right mouse button to open a shortcut menu, and then click the Remove Hyperlinks on the two text hyperlinks on the image. Okay, now we're going to save as Nancy Reagan 22. Okay, now we're going to add an email. So on page 2 of the document, I'll scroll up to page 2, which is this page. We're going to highlight Victoria De Leon, and this time we're going to click the hyperlinks button, but we're going to add an email address. And in the email address text box, we're going to type manager. Woo! Okay, as we start typing, it adds this mail to, and then just keep typing manager. Okay. In the subject box, we're going to type research paper on first ladies. Okay, so it should look something like this. We're going to click the screen tip button. We're going to type manager. And we're going to click OK. And then click OK again. Test your control link by pressing Control and clicking the left mouse button. When you do that, it should ask you what you want to use. Most of the time it's linked to Outlook. I'm just going to unselect it because I don't really want to go there. And we're going to save this as Research on First Ladies 23. Next, we're going to select Introduction. And on the Insert tab in the Links group, we're going to click Bookmark. The Bookmark dialog box appears. In the bookmark name text box, we're going to type Introduction, and we're going to click Add. Okay. We're going to create a bookmark for each of the remaining headings in the document. Remember to use underscores in place of spaces. So we're going to select Women in Politics, click on Links, add a bookmark, and name it Women underscore in underscore politics. Add. Scroll down. History of First Ladies. Links, bookmark. I'm going to type history underscore of underscore first underscore ladies. Add. Links, bookmarks. Rule underscore of underscore first underscore ladies. Add. Links, bookmarks. Power underscore of underscore first underscore ladies. Add. And conclusion. Okay. Add. Now that you have finished creating the locations for the bookmark, it's time to test it. Use the go to command to go directly to the bookmarks. Okay, to do that, we have to go on the Home tab. Under Find and Replace, under the arrow, I'm going to click Go To. And if I click on Bookmark, I can change it to any of these different sections, and it should go to that spot. So in the Go To What, you're going to change it to Bookmark, and then you can change it over here. So if I want to go to Introduction, I can click that and click Go To, and it should take me there. Okay, once you've tested them, we're going to close out of this dialog box, and we're going to press Control End to go to the end of our document. And we're going to press the Enter to create a blank line. Then we're going to type back to top. And we're going to right align the text. You will create one more link to move to the beginning of the document. So we're going to select back to top, and we're going to press Control K to open the Insert Hyperlink dialog box. In the Link To section, we're going to type, select Place in this document. And then we're going to, in this Place in this document, we're going to select top of the document right here. And we're going to click OK. So we're going to Control click the back to the top document, and it should take us to the very top. We're going to save this as Research on First Ladies 24. Hit save. And voila, we are done. Go ahead and save your document. And then make sure you turn all of your work into Schoology and go on to the knowledge assessment, which is located in Schoology.